Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your daily tarot energy reading for Friday, August 18th, 2017. There's a really interesting synchronicity in this reading, you guys. I pulled the bear card from my personal deck, and I also pulled it from my Wildwood Tarot. And actually, this card means something very similar in the Wildwood Tarot. This card says be clear about where your boundaries are. I actually made this card after I had a run-in with a bear when I was hiking. I was hiking alone, and this is actually the last time I ever hiked alone. It was maybe almost 2 years ago now. And oh my gosh, you guys, I was at this trail and it had a dead end. And I had reached the dead end of the trail. I was very familiar with the trail. I'd been there before. And I was going to turn around and head back down the trail and back to my car and, to go home. And all of a sudden, I heard something huge come down from kind of the hills where I was hiking because I was in a canyon. And it just sounded huge. It sounded like Sasquatch. I was like, there's no way that's a deer. There's no way that's a cougar, because I wouldn't even hear the cougar coming. And I was like, maybe it's a group of people hiking, or maybe it's a person. And so I started saying, like, hello, anyone there? There's another person here, like, let me know, like, hello. And I, before I had time to think about what it could be, all of a sudden I was face to face with a bear, a huge, I don't even know, it was a big black bear. It was a huge bear. And I startled the bear, and it startled me. And it kind of stood up and sniffed at me for a second, and my fight or flight response kicked in, and I decided to sing to it. Because I wanted it to know that, like, I was nice and that, like, not to hurt me, and, like, I don't know, I was afraid of the bear because it was so big, but at the same time, I also had this respect for it. Like, I knew that, I was hiking in its home, and I wanted to show it respect, but also I wanted to kind of tell it I was a friend, not a foe, and the bear was really sweet. It actually moved and climbed back up the hill and let me pass. And I walked and I passed it, and then I turned around and the bear climbed back down and continued, on the trail. So it was really amazing. And I came home and I researched it and looked up the meaning and kind of meditated on the experience and realized, it was totally a sign, and it has a lot to do with boundaries. So I'm going to read you guys this card, and sorry if you hear my bird screaming in the background. She's really pissed off that I'm not hanging out with her because she wants me to hang out with her 24/7. Any of you guys out there who have birds, maybe you can understand that. They're very needy. I'd let her come hang out on my shoulder during this reading, but she'd squawk or something, so. The boundaries card says, the bear card says, when anything is asked of you, it has been your impulse to immediately answer yes. Perhaps this is something that you were trained by your parents and or in your society, but now it is you that has the power to answer, however you wish. Take some time to answer. Go within and answer based on how you really feel. Perhaps a boundary is needed. You are free to roam at will along your own path. You have a right to live your life however you choose. Release any guilt for the desires of your heart. Oh my gosh, this card is so deep. I actually was talking a lot about boundaries in the reading for yesterday. It seems like today is saying that we're going to start off today feeling very empowered. There might be a situation that presents itself to us where we're going to have to draw some boundaries. That can be really hard for us empaths. We have this desire to help others. Some of us can take that to extreme, and we can become quite codependent and even people-pleasing. We have to realize that we can't give to others unless we give to ourselves first. And if you give to others, even though deep inside you actually don't want to give or you're not feeling comfortable with it, it can make you feel very drained and resentful. So you want to make sure if anyone's asking you to do something today or they need your help, that you go within and you trust yourself and you answer yes only if you really mean it. Because it's not going to help that person if you end up giving them those kind of negative, resentful vibes. You know what I'm saying? It helps the other person, and it helps you to just really trust yourself and only answer based off how you really feel. They're saying a boundary is needed with whatever thoughts are popping in your head today, with maybe your work environment is getting very demanding, or your boss is very demanding right now. It could be that other people around you are projecting their own vibes onto you because it's Mercury retrograde, and a lot of people don't really know how to handle a lot of these emotions and intense feelings that are popping up. People can be quite moody during this time. So just be aware. Nothing to be afraid of, but it's definitely important to remember boundaries, especially during Mercury retrograde, because you might be feeling more like spending time on your own and processing things and working on your own self versus helping others right now. I'm having to draw boundaries with these readings and only do them when I'm feeling ready for it and up for it. And, you know, it's important that you feel like you're in the right space to do whatever it is you're doing. Don't force anything, you know what I mean? I don't force these readings. I just let it come when I feel ready for it, even if I have to skip a day. You guys might have to do that. You might even feel like calling off work and taking a personal day today. It's Friday, you might not even feel like going in. So if you've got some vacation days saved up or whatever, if you work a job where you have to go into work somewhere, you might want to take a day. If you work from home or something like that, you might not even want to work today. You might just want to spend today doing some self-care, focusing on your needs. But it says overall, you're feeling empowered. It's easier for you to draw boundaries. You might have situations right now where you're having to, because your focus is 100% on this new path. This card is equivalent to the Fool in the traditional tarot. It's saying that you're on a new path. It's like you're taking a leap of faith. You're taking a risk, you know, the leap into the unknown is what this card signifies. This rainbow here, though, signifies that you're being led on this path, that it's exciting for you, that it's the step in the direction of your soul mission and life purpose and your dreams and your desires, you know? But you got to stay focused, and to be focused, you have to have boundaries. So you guys, do me a favor. If you don't understand what boundaries is, like if I read this card to you and it was kind of a shock or you're not understanding it, Google it. Go on YouTube and type in how to have healthy boundaries. This is so imperative and important for empaths especially. So if you're an empath, you can also Google that, find out if you're an empath. When it comes to Googling stuff on the internet and YouTubing stuff, only trust your gut. You know, you might click on something and someone's energy is not resonating with you, and what they're saying just doesn't feel right for you. Hey, maybe some stuff I say doesn't feel right for you. Maybe sometimes you might disagree with me on stuff I say. That's okay. You know, click off this channel if that's the case, if it's bothering you. You know, I'm not meant for everyone, and all the advice out there is not necessarily meant for everyone, you know? So trust yourself, trust your gut. You will know what information is right for you. You'll feel chills. You'll have visions when you read it or you see the information. You'll have gut feelings. That's how you know it's a message for you. So do me a favor and research healthy boundaries if you don't already know about them. I went so long in my life without understanding them. I heard the word boundary. I understood the definition. I kind of got that concept. I thought that I had boundaries, but oh my God, I didn't. It was so bad. Learning how to have boundaries changed my life. It took a run-in with a bear for me to really understand this concept and for me to start taking it seriously. Now I have these cards, I draw them, they remind me. It can just be so hard when you're an empath to have these boundaries with people. You want to help, you want to heal, it's your nature. It's like sometimes going against your nature, and we don't want to upset anyone, but a lot of times drawing a boundary is going to upset people, and that's okay. It's okay to upset people by drawing boundaries. You know, you have to do what's best for yourself first, and that ultimately is going to be best for everyone else involved. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, have some compassion for yourself today, and have compassion for whoever it is or whatever circumstance it is that you have to draw these boundaries with. And I think it's so interesting that in the midst of this whole reading for today, I also pulled this card. I feel like it's a message that we're starting to feel more confident in what we want in life. I know I am. Oh my gosh, like I know exactly what I want now. And I feel like we're filtering things out that we don't need, and we're in this place to where, you know, we're feeling more empowered, and we're having to draw boundaries to get things done. We have so much we need to get done right now. Do you guys feel like that? Do you guys all of a sudden feel like there's just so much to do? I'm not overwhelmed by it. I just know I can't get distracted right now. And that's what these readings are all about for me. You know, they help me stay focused on what's important. You know, they help me stay focused on peace and on love and on that abundance mindset that's helping me attract better situations and circumstances into my life. These readings help me stay out of that petty mindset. They help separate me from my ego. So I hope that it's helping you guys a lot. These are all just things I've been learning along my path. I am by no means perfect. I am a wounded healer. Everything I'm talking about I've had personal experience with, because I've had some type of blunder or mistake with that I've had to overcome and kind of get through. So hey, we learn from our failures, we learn from our mistakes. That's how I made it here. A lot of failures, a lot of mistakes, a lot of trials in my life that I've overcome though. So I'm confident you guys can overcome whatever's happening in your life right now. It's Mercury retrograde. I know you guys are feeling it. I've been getting a lot more emails, a lot more comments than usual. People emailing me in like the middle of the night telling me that they're going through something crazy and they need a reading, and I got it, you guys. If you're in that mindset to where you're afraid and you feel desperate, just remember to ground yourself and trust in the unfolding of whatever's happening in your life right now. Sometimes these crazy situations come and they just really shake us up, and you know, ultimately it helps get us to the next part of our journey. So whatever's happening in your life right now, it's meant to be. Follow this journey and trust in it and have fun with it, you know? Laugh if something ridiculous happens to you and move past it. Keep that focus, you know? I feel like this message isn't over. I don't know why. I just took these decks and just put them right here, and I'm thinking about splitting them and pulling one more card from each before I leave you guys today. Yep. They're saying leave the past in the past. You have a lot of skills you need to develop right now. You have a lot you need to learn. So in order to distract your mind from the past, learn new things, teach yourself, enroll in a course, work really hard right now, because you're in a transition, you know? And this card, I've drawn it before for you guys. It's about leaving a difficult time behind, a time of darkness behind, but into a time of light. It says that the wheel of the year is inevitably turning. So we're heading to a better place. Just know that all of this shift you're seeing, everything that's appearing right now, it is taking you to a better place. 100%, I promise. Things aren't really as crazy as they seem right now. It's just you might be battling your mind. So focus. That is totally the remedy for this. For your overthinking, for your worrying. You guys, from experience, I'm telling you right now, because I struggle with PTSD and thinking about the past a lot. Focusing on your skills and on your talents and on developing yourself is what really, really helps me with this. I work hard, you know, this is part of it, these readings. I paint, I write, I sing, I do so many types of creative things to help me get out of my mind, and also it's part of my job. So, you know, create value for yourself, be creative, think, you know, what do you want to offer this world? You know, what are your gifts? What are your talents? You know, start acting on that, start getting better, double down on your gifts and your talents. All right, you guys, I hope this helps out. Peace out.